Shalom, friends, and welcome to Walking the Ancient Path, where we journey back into the language, landscape, and life rhythms of the Scriptures in a lighter, more accessible way, exploring the world of the Bible as its original listeners would have experienced it. Today we're going to pick up in 1 Thessalonians chapter 3, verse 8. For now we live, if you stand fast in the Lord.
For now our breath is strong again, because you are standing firm like rooted trees in the Master's field.
Now we live, not that Paul was dead before, but their faithfulness revives his inner man. It's like water reviving a fainting person or breath returning to dry bones. If you stand fast, image of soldiers holding their ground in battle or trees planted by streams that do not topple in a storm. In the Lord, to be rooted in the Master is to be inside his tent under his protection, standing in the strength of his covenant faithfulness. It is not autonomous but existing within him.
Verse 9. For what thanks can we render to God for you, for all the joy with which we rejoice for your sakes before our God?
For what return of thanks could we possibly lift to Elohim for you, over all the overflowing joy we taste because of you, as we stand in his presence?
What thanks can we render? The Greek idea focuses on repayment. However, in Hebrew thought, it's like standing before the king with empty hands, unable to present a gift that's enough. Gratitude itself becomes the sacrifice. To God for you, the thanksgiving is not directed to the Thessalonians, but on their behalf to Elohim, who is the source of their steadfastness. Hebrew imagery emphasizes covenant order. Blessing flows back to the giver. All the joy with which we rejoice, or the doubling of joy highlights overflowing abundance. In Hebrew style, repetition deepens intensity like waves rolling one after another. Before our God, literally in the face of Yahweh, it is standing before the tent flap of Elohim where one is seen and known. Their joy is not hidden but open in Yahweh's presence.
Verse 10. Night and day, praying exceedingly that we might see your face and perfect what is lacking in your faith.
Night and day we bend our knees in overflowing prayer, pleading that we may look upon your faces and supply what is still missing in the strength of your trust.
Night and day. Hebrew thought uses this pairing, yomam valela, to represent an endless rhythm, covering the entire range of human experience under the sun and stars. Praying exceedingly, it is like a river overflowing its banks with continual prayer flooding heaven. See your face. In Hebrew culture, seeing someone's face is an intimate act. To behold a person's face is to experience presence, shalom, and a covenant bond. It is more than just sight. It signifies relational closeness, perfect what is lacking in your faith. Their faith is like a tent still needing cords tightened, or a wall needing gaps filled, already strong, but not yet whole.
Verse 11. Now may God himself and our Father and our Lord Jesus Christ direct our way to you.
Now may Elohim himself, the Father of the clan, and our Master Yeshua the Anointed, carve a straight path for our feet, leading us back to you.
God himself, even our Father, Dinan. In Hebrew thought, our Father points to the household head of the tent clan, the one who provides covering, bread, and inheritance. Our Lord Jesus Christ. Here the double acknowledgement of the covenant, Father and Son working together to guide. In Hebrew imagery, the Son is the shepherd under the great shepherd. Direct our way, Elohim leveling the stones on the path, removing stumbling blocks and showing the way through the wilderness. To you, not just a travel direction, but a covenant reunion. The prayer is relational. The goal of the straightened path is restored presence with their brothers and sisters.
Verse 12. And may the Lord make you increase and abound in love toward one another and toward all, just as we do toward you.
And may the Master cause you to grow and overflow in covenant love, first toward each other within the clan, and then spilling outward toward all, just as our love overflows toward you.
Make you increase and abound. 2 words stacked for growth. It's like seed multiplying in the field and rivers flooding beyond their banks. Love is not static but expanding. Love toward one another. This is a hava, the binding loyalty that holds a community together like sinews binding bones. It is practical care, not sentiment. And toward all, not only insiders but outsiders too. Love that flows outward is like oil poured on the head that runs down to the edge of the garment, starting at the center and reaching the margins. Just as we do toward you, Paul offers himself as the living example. Their own overflowing love is the measure and model. Hebrew imagery emphasizes imitation of faithful patterns like sons walking in their father's footsteps.
Verse 13. To the end he may establish your hearts blameless in holiness before God, even our Father, at the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ with all his saints.
So that he may set your hearts firm, like stones unmoved, blameless in holiness, standing before the face of Elohim our Father, when our Master Yeshua the Anointed arrives with all his holy ones.
Establish your hearts. It is like driving tent pegs deep so a storm cannot shake the shelter. The heart, Levi, is the inner will and center of life. To establish it is to make it steady and unshakable. Blameless in holiness. Blameless means without defect, like an unblemished lamb prepared for offering. Holiness and Kodesh refers to set-apartness, like vessels dedicated solely for the sanctuary. Together, the images of lives that are consecrated and unmarred. Before God our Father, Hebrew thought envisions the clan standing openly in the presence of the tent father, the one whose eyes see all. At the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ, it is like a king entering his city or a shepherd returning to the flock at evening. With all his saints, the holy ones, set-apart ones, could mean angels or the gathered faithful. Hebrew imagery suggests the complete covenant assembly, a grand caravan returning with the Master.
And so our steps pause at the close of chapter 3. Next time, the path will carry us forward into chapter 4.